Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back with more Unreal World today, continuing our Pacifist challenge. The series is in full swing, guys, so if you're just tuning in for the first time or you want to get caught up with the series, we do have a playlist down in the description. You can check that out. Like I say, watch from the very beginning, and if you do get caught up, I've got a whole bunch of other Unreal World content down there for you to check out. So I hope you guys are prepared, because we are in for a big episode today. We just picked up our first axe. There it is. Yes. Now, we're still down south relative to where we have our shelter, but we can't go home just yet. No. In fact, we've got a quest marker up here, so we've got to find a certain amount of bear pipe leaves is what the guy's wanting. So it might be a day or two before we can actually get back to our cozy little shelter on the river with our net, which is, by the way, actively in the water. So hopefully we can do this quest and get home before any fish that are caught will spoil. That would be a real tragedy. But regardless, guys, like I say, we're just about to jump into it. I'm gonna search around. As soon as I find my first bear pipe, I will show you guys and we can check it out together. But we've got a lot to get, so let's get started. Well, I haven't located any of the bear pipe yet, but we are just in the fields outside of one of the villages here, and I located something else kind of interesting. This is a berry bush I've never seen before, so let's go ahead and use our herb lore on it. Oh wait, I already did, so let's step down to this one. So the black currant bush, again, this is a berry I've never seen, and it actually has like a purpose or a use. When consumed in any form, it is cooling remedy, which can be helpful in the case of fevers, promotes sweating, which can cool the body. So it's actually a good remedy for the flu or something, which is interesting. In my limited experience, the most of the berries in this game are just for eating. You know, there's no real medicinal purposes for them, but we just found those currants, so there's a little difference. But I don't know, I'm almost tempted to go ahead and mark that spot on my map. Again, like I said, I've never seen that particular kind of berry in the Unreal World. Not sure if it's a newer edition or if it's just extremely rare, but it's always cool to come across new stuff in this game. Okay, well, I've been roaming around here for quite a while, and I finally came across some bear pipe here, so let's pick these. Yes, this is one of the few plants that's actually ripe enough to pick, and I believe since we are picking the young leaves, see how it asked me to confirm that isn't ripe yet, the leaves aren't ready. So by picking these young leaves, we're actually ruining the plant, you know what I'm saying? If you harvest from a fully grown plant, typically that plant remains there and it'll come back next year. But these, like when we do this with the young uns, that pretty much just destroys the plant. But that's okay, because if we wait, we can't wait for them. Actually, we might be able to, since we have about 29 days left on this quest, but I'm not willing to do that. So we're going to grab them, and I'm going to guess that this won't be enough for the quest. We'll probably have to find a second, maybe a third patch of these. But again, it's just dependent on how many we get from them. So let's grab all of these, and then we'll check the quantity here real quick. Oh good, it stopped snowing. That always makes it a little easier to see, especially when plants like that are kind of undergrown. They get a little hard to detect. Okay, let's see, 12 bunches of bear pipe leaves. Yeah, we might need to find 3 or 4 more big patches of that stuff. Well, speaking of things I've never seen in the Unreal World, check this out. So I'm just searching the fields looking for our herb, and I noticed this sleeping black grouse right over here. Of course, we're not hunting them. We're not going to disturb them. Just want to observe the beautiful wildlife here in the Unreal World. But I am just going to let time pass. I'm not going to move my character, but watch the bird here as time passes. It's sound asleep. Look at it. It says sleeping black grouse. The thing is literally like sleepwalking. Where is it going? It's sleepwalking. Where are you going? He's sound asleep. I've never seen a bird sleepwalk in my life. Oh, he just woke up. Oh, well, welcome. Good morning, Mr. Bird. Hello. Oh, that was weird though, wasn't it? John finally stumbles back into the friendly village. He is cold, weary, but he has managed to find all the bear pipe leaves that we need. There they are. We've got exactly 40 bunches, 8 pounds of them. So let's find this guy who requested them. I believe it was the village sage here. There he is. Let's talk to him. Come here, buddy. Don't you run away from me. All right. Good morning, John. How goes with the picking? Could you refresh my memory? I have something for you. There we go. That's what we want. 40 bunches. Give them all. Oh, you fetched me all the precious bunches of bear pipe I wanted. May the spirits smile on you, friend. Thank you. And he insists on giving us a reward. Take this herbal blend. It is good for wounds and making a healthy herbal beverage, too. All right. Very nice. So let's check out. We got a bunch of essential herbal blend. I wonder if I can examine that with my herb lord. No, it says it's not a plant. Okay, well, regardless, we've got a little bit of medicine now. If we get sick or injured, we can use this little bunch of essential herbs from our sage friend. Thank you, Sage. Home sweet home. Our little camp has come into sight. You can see our raft is out here on the map. You can see we've even got a net in the water, so we need to get home and check that net too. I'm a little worried that anything we might have caught in it will be spoiled. I spent a couple extra days out on the road. Of course, it was mainly because of the quest there. I think if we had gotten home, or if we had managed that trip without the quest, there would be no problems at all. But let's pull back a little bit so I can see where it's at. Here it is. We placed it in a slightly different spot than the last time, so let's pull out and see what we get here. No, not going to stop from... There's birds everywhere. Nope, no fish in the net, so we just didn't have any luck whatsoever with it. Just goes to show, no matter how long you leave it, you can always come up empty-handed. So I'm going to move it to maybe a different spot. Let's try over here by these rocks. I don't know if that'll really help at all, but net, go right there. Nope, not deep enough. Wait, can I move in? Oh, I think it'll go right here. Yeah. Okay, so it's pretty close to the shoreline, but it's still deep enough, and it's by those rocks there. I don't know if, like I said, maybe the fish will spawn in that location. Who knows? But, well, we are actually very hungry, so I'm going to eat probably what is the last of our dried pike there. Yep. And let's check, see, we left a couple of fish here being prepared. I think they are ready. Yes, okay, so we got about a pound of fish here dried, so it's not going to be enough to keep us alive for very long. So in other words, we've got to get back to fishing and stuff. So let me drop off whatever I don't need here. And like I said, we're going to probably take a little rest since he's extremely tired. And bright and early in the morning, we're going to start spearfishing again. Well, now that we're back here at our little fields and stuff, I just wanted to point out a couple of things that commenters have mentioned, and I always appreciate the tips and tricks you guys leave me down in the comments, so keep those coming for sure. But I was a little bit puzzled about whether or not I had any seeds at these blank patches here, because I'm pretty sure a rabbit came through and ate these. There's like 4 or 5 spots right here that are empty, but commenters said that if we use our herb lore skill on that patch, it'll tell us if there's anything planted there, and of course there's not. So something did come by and eat our seeds in these little spots. So I was going to go ahead and plant again, but it's too frosty. The ground is still too cold. And again, that's another thing a commenter mentioned. This is an indication, not that I need to burn more wood, but that it's just too cold overall in the world to be planting. So another commenter mentioned too that I am probably using too much wood to burn. Just a few branches or firewoods is probably good. So I could probably double this up, or you know what I could do is take some of these slender trunks and we'll use those for the fence that we eventually have to build around here. So again, thank you guys for those comments. Oh, and another thing too someone mentioned is that we can actually use animal droppings for fertilizer, which makes total sense, and I didn't even realize that. I'd never known that. I thought animal droppings were just there to kind of help with tracking and stuff. So we're definitely going to start to look for like elk or things on the world map or reindeer, and if I encounter them, obviously we're not going to chase and hunt them, but I might go around and pick up some of their droppings. So, and apparently those do despawn after a while too. So we're going to need to grab some and just experiment. I don't plan on using it on the entire field because, again, I don't know if we'll end up with that much droppings, but it's good to experiment and see how it works and show it off for all the viewers out there who might want to do their own agriculture playthrough at some point. All right, well, here we can see that these little blank spots have now been planted. I put turnip in there, and that was probably a mistake. I think it's a little bit too late because we're supposed to be harvesting turnips next month. So you can see it says we're in late seed time. After consulting with the wiki, it looks like the best thing to plant right now is still hemp, or at this period. I think we could potentially do some barley or maybe rye, but I do have a whole bunch of hemp seeds, and I'm fairly certain that that's going to be a good trading item too. We can make stuff out of it. We can probably just straight up trade the hemp. Yeah, I've got 14 pounds of hemp seeds. So now next month in June, or I think it's called fallow month is what the descriptor will be, we're going to be wanting to plant our yarrow seeds. There's a few other kinds that we can plant at that time, but I don't have any of them. So we're going to be saving the yarrow until next month. But I think for this big field up here, and you can see I added a little layer, I want to test it and see if just 3 spruce twigs will work to prepare the soil. So let's light these on fire. Oh, and I think it's going to be mostly hemp over here, and maybe I'll try some of the barley too just to get it out of my inventory, because again, there's no shortage of seeds and stuff. When you go to one of these villages, that's out on the world map, like I've mentioned before, just go to the surrounding area. You'll see little cleared fields and stuff, and as long as the buildings themselves aren't within view, you can harvest whatever you want from their fields, and there's just tons of hemp and beans and turnips and all kinds of different goodies out there. So like I said, there's no real shortage of seeds as long as you know where to go and look. But let's get this fire started here. It's going to be a big one. And okay, look, that one's burnt out already, so it's probably still a little too warm. Oh look, that's perfect. Yes, 3 is exactly what we need. Okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna go grab these these slender trunks here before they burn up, because it's obvious I don't need those. So again, thanks to the commenter for pointing that out. Normally I use firewood, and I'll only drop like 4 chunks of firewood for this purpose, but obviously I didn't start with an axe, so we couldn't prepare firewood in this series just yet. Whew, man, I tell you what, guys, I said it was a lot of labor, and it is, but it's not even the preparing of the soil or the field that's the really hard labor. It's the fence. No joke. So it's going to be a big one, but you can see I've got it a little bit, about halfway covered here. Of course, we haven't planted anything yet, and I just noticed this one square right here didn't turn out properly, so let's drop this there, get a little fire going in this spot. We're going to have to prepare this. But I think I am, even though the fence isn't finished yet, I'm going to see if we can start planting here. Okay, good. Yeah. So let's do some rye grain. Again, it might be a little bit late for this, but we're going to try it. Again, if it fails to grow, it's not the end of the world. Seeds are easy. And the rest of this field is going to be hemp. Yeah, okay. Again, just because that's the perfect time. Those coarse seeds, I've just got those in my inventory because I'm still trying to identify them, man. Let me tell you, too, it is not an easy task. But let's continue to plant. There we go. Yep, and I had a little bit of success with my net. I went out there and checked it where it was by the rocks. I caught about 7 perches, which was about 4 pounds of food. And if we take a look here, I'm down to my last one. So we've got 1 pound left. We're going to take a bite of that. So I think it's probably about time to get out there and check the net again. I did put it in a slightly different position, just trying different stuff, trying to see where's the best. And of course, until we have multiple nets, it is going to make a big difference, I think, where we place it. So I put it over here, kind of in the same spot we had been putting it initially, all the way deep out here in the still, calm waters. This is like the farthest I can go with my raft here, so let's check it. Nothing in the net. Okay, so we'll move it back over here by these rocks. That seemed to do well. Okay, let's go. Oh, this is a good spot. We'll put it out here in the middle of the rocks. Let's see. Net there. Boom. Okay. So we'll give that a couple of days, and we are out of food though officially, so I can either let them just kind of starve and go lean, or we can spend time active fishing, which is not guaranteed. So I'd kind of rather try and finish this fence here, especially now that we just put a bunch of seeds in the ground. So I'm probably going to let John go hungry for a little while. Then we'll prepare that, place the plant sow. There we go. Oh, still a little bit warm. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I got to go get some cordage now, and we will try some active fishing, but not until that fence is complete. Well, it's official, guys. I think the winter is over. It says that I can no longer dry fish outdoors. The weather is too hot and humid for that. So, you know what that means? We're going to have to smoke anything that we want to preserve long term. And of course I can still roast stuff, but I did catch an extra pike here, so I was going to dry it obviously, but that's not going to work. So let's get a little fire going here, and we'll start to roast that, and we'll go check our net again. I moved it again, trying different spots. You know, I put it out in the calmer waters this time to see if that produces anything. Yeah, the last one in the middle of those rocks, I came up empty-handed, so like I say, we're just trying different stuff. This is our original spot out here. Let's check it. No birds, I don't care. Oh yeah, I caught 15 perches, 20 pounds of fish. Okay, now remember, I just said we cannot preserve these. Let's put that net right back where we just got it from. I like it right there on that edge. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is get these roasting along with the pike here, and I think this is actually perfect because I'm going to use this to go hire some villagers. That's right. I need some people with axes to come chop down some of these trees around here. I mean, honestly, I've already invested so much time and effort into this location. Feel like we might as well just go ahead and set up shop here, you know? I don't need a huge cabin initially. We can just set up a small little smoker, you know? And then if we want to change positions next year or something, of course, it's totally okay. But yeah, it's not unheard of to build a small building in one location and then pick up stakes next year and go somewhere totally different and rebuild your cabin. But like I said, now we've got plenty of food here, so I'm just going to sit by the fire, make sure this stuff doesn't burn, and once it's ready to go, we're going to visit some of these nearby villages, see if we got any NPC friends who want to go on a longish adventure. Whoa, no way, look at this. I just came out here to check the net one more time before I left for the village, and we caught ourselves a salmon. That's an 8-pounder right there. Boy, that's huge. All right, so we're dropping that net right back where we just got that salmon from. Yeah, this is a good spot here. It's producing quite a lot there. Occasionally it'll miss, but overall it's been pretty good. So, I mean, I might end up being able to maybe trade for some stuff that we need, maybe like a shirt for John because he's still walking around shirtless, or potentially we might hire 2 or 3 different NPCs, although that might be overkill. I probably don't need more than 2 guys with axes, but either way, we are in business, and I really wish I could dry some of this fish, but that's okay. As long as we trade it away and it doesn't go bad, then it's all good, no worries. All right, well, we have traveled south to where I placed a blacksmith's order very early in the series, by the way. I'm sure some of you might have forgotten about that, but we ordered some fish hooks from a fine blacksmith. Now, we took too long, so he ended up dropping them on the ground, but usually when it says I didn't have time to make them, that means he just dropped them somewhere else and the actual NPC doesn't have them, which worked out good for us, because instead of having to buy all 6 of them, I only picked up 2, because that's all I could afford, and I'm trading away 6 perches, a roasted salmon, and about half of a roasted pike that I've already bitten off of. So this is for 2 fish hooks, not the fishing rod itself, just the hooks, but that's going to be the hard part. I think everything else we can probably craft up ourselves, so let's say it's a deal. There we go. Now don't worry, I also hired this gentleman right here to the left of us with the brown coat, so the Remy adventurer. Do I not even know his name? Let's talk to him. Great. Yeah, we haven't even... Okay, this is Rico. So Rico, or Recco, he has an axe with him, a little hand axe, and he's been hired, so he's going to follow me along. He's also got a shovel on him too, but we're going to bring him back to our camp and have him start cutting down trees, and I'm also going to have him start making boards too, which is something that my character could do, but they're not going to be as good quality probably as what he would do. And plus, you know, I've got other stuff. I'm going to be crafting up a fishing rod, hopefully. So while I'm doing that, he's going to do more of the manual labor stuff. But we've got to make the trip back home now. Like I said, we had to come all the way down here because I remembered I had that blacksmith order. And plus, up at this location where we're a little bit closer to, there wasn't anybody to hire that had an axe. So this is the better spot down to the south. But that does mean we got to make the trip over world back to the home base, but no worries, we got a little protection with us now, so if a bear or a party of robbers stops us, we can just send our adventurer here with us and run away. But either way, guys, I think we'll save the trek home for the next episode, so I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Again, your comments and tips have been very helpful, so thank you guys very much for that. And of course, hit that like button for me, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you all on the next one. Hey everyone, I just want to give a personal thank you to my Patreon supporters. Their contributions help make my work possible, and I am tremendously grateful to them. I'd also like to extend an invitation to you to help support my work on Patreon as well. Your donations allow me to upgrade my PC and avoid the dreaded hardware despair. It also gives me more time to devote to new projects and create longer content such as live streaming. No matter what you decide, thank you for visiting my channel.